3, 2, 1. We really missed it, didn't we? What were we thinking? Why were we not up skiing? Who cares if the lifts aren't open at J? Everyone hikes at J. Not supposed to, right? I don't know, I won't tell. How about Stowe? The lifts were going at Stowe. Were you there for the first day of nosedive? Danny was right there. His legs were shot by 10 in the morning. Thank you, Danny, for sharing that. Just unreal what happened. All right, let's rewind. A week ago today was Thanksgiving. And the night before Thanksgiving, it snowed, I don't know, 3 to 5 inches. Then it kind of rained on top. And then it got cold. And so we froze in place that little 3 to 5 inch base. I think Sugarloaf got all snow on that one. So it started snowing around Halloween, by the way, up near Sugarloaf. So Sugarloaf, the first few storms got all snow, and Vermont got snow to rain. Well, we righted the ship. Sugarloaf got snow, Sunday River got snow, Killington got snow, we all got snow on Sunday night. 3 days later, we forecast, 3-4 inches of snow Sunday night with some rain on top. Surprise! It snowed 1.5 inches an hour for 10 hours, and we ended up with 10 to 15 inches of snow. That was a dense, wet snow. And then on top of that, lake effect for the ages, November-wise. Well, strongest since last year anyway. But the upslope in Vermont was remarkable this week. I'm hearing words like unbelievable, blower pow, face shots, the barrel. Everyone's talking about it up northern Vermont. Even Stowe, which usually does half of what Jay does, even Stowe moved the gauge from 7 inches of snow last week at the snow stake to 28 inches of snow at the snow stake right now. The last hours of autumn 2013. Meteorological winter starts on our Friday. And guess what happens? Well, when it's been this cold and it's been this snowy, there's only one way to go. Temperature has to go up. It's a warm front coming at us for our Friday. It's a nice day. Ray Alba says, is it gonna rain at Killington? Yes, Ray. It's gonna rain at Killington for about 5 minutes around, I don't know, closing time on our Friday. It looks like a nice day. Mostly dry. Temperature goes back up to near 40. And the low's gonna go right over central New England, northern New England, by the Canadian border Friday night. That is the first of a series of one after another low pressure centers coming along this front that's going to be stalled in northern New England briefly. On Saturday, we're still on the warmer side, so some raindrops possible again on Saturday, except for right at the Canadian border. It's going to be cold enough for snow. And then that boundary between the cold rebuilding in southeastern Canada and the warmth that's trying to come into New England right now, it's very nice out right now, that warmth is going to be slowly pushing south. Sunday, still a nice day. A few snowflakes near the Canadian border, a few raindrops central Sunday afternoon, but both mornings, Saturday and Sunday, you can get plenty of turns in. BeerThirty may come a little early on Saturday. Sunday's a driving day, or you skip Monday work and you make it a long weekend because Monday is another powder day in far northern New England. Now, it's a tough call, but that boundary is going to be pressing further south. I want to show you the upper level flow here. I want you to look at Greenland. You know where that is, right? Up in the upper right there. And see how there's some ridging with the air coming from south to north near Greenland. And then below that is Labrador. Below that is Quebec. And there's a closed upper level low over Quebec that's going to generate a surface high pressure system. A surface high in Quebec and Ontario is what we've been missing over the last several storms. So what's going to happen with this next system on Sunday, Monday, for a change, the rain snow line looks like it's going to be pushing south instead of north as the storm goes on, because we're going to have high pressure wind from the north in Ontario and Quebec. Yeah, I saw the GFS. Forget the GFS. It's wrong, okay? How do I know it's wrong? Well, look at other signs. How about the North Atlantic Oscillation from the Climate Prediction Center? You see that black line that turns into red shade? You see how far below that solid black line it is? That's called a Greenland block. So we have Greenland blocking, and that forces storms that come into the northeast to tend to move off to the east-southeast, not east-northeast like this last several storms. And it's not one storm we're looking at on Monday. Here's the surface. Was that too windy? Time out for the wind. Wind. What is wind? It's so bothersome sometimes. It's a sign. Right now, the air coming at me is coming from the south. But anyhow, wind is air moving from high to low pressure. So if you have a strong high pressure system in Ontario and Quebec, that pushes the air from north to south into low pressure, which one after another low is coming along. Oh, back to those surface maps I tried to show before the camera blew into my face. One after another low, and look at the numbers on those lows. They're in the 990s and then 980s. So north of that, it is just going to be ripping periods of snow Sunday night, Monday night into Tuesday. And the rain snow line's going to end up down around Route 2 in northern Massachusetts. Even Wachusett may end up with some snow at the end of this thing. So if we just try and compartmentalize, it's a tough word, compartmentalize, the Monday, Tuesday, early Wednesday system, here's how much snow. Violet is about 6 inches. Purple is about 12 inches. Deep purple is like 16 inches of snow in the period late Sunday, well, technically tomorrow, into Tuesday, but most of that's coming in Sunday into Monday. And then it's going to get cold, and then there's going to be a major storm out over the ocean. Or is it? Stay tuned. It may try and cut closer, and it may end up snowing on Cape Cod next week. Well, that's good for now, I think. We'll just leave you with some Josh Worth hiking and skiing, some backcountry that he says almost never do in November, and it rivaled midwinter. Thanks for joining us. Talk to you again next week with another Snowcast. Of course, join us for Out the Door Weather and More in the morning. And if you want to do some commenting, hit subscribe, and you leave me a specific question for a specific ski area, I will give you a specific answer. See you on the slopes. Oh, that's Ryan Burns in the orange there.
Sorry, buddy. I just tried to stay
and
in the tracks.
Josh, person where you just see his gloves.
Oh, shit! Unbelievable! Yeah, Shelly! Broken binding and all! Woohoo! Woo!